So for our lesson for today, we'll be discussing about ratio. Before that, let us first define the words that you will encounter in this lesson. So in this lesson, the following key concepts will be discussed. For number one, the word ratio. When we say ratio, it is a relation of two or more quantities that are called terms, and they can be written in column form or in fraction form. For example, the ratio of one adult to three children is this, which is read as 1:3. This column is read as is 2. So if you encounter this symbol, you read this as 1:3. So if there is a one adult and three children, the ratio of these two terms is 1:3. Take note that the numbers 1 and 3 here are called terms. Next, ratio in column form. In the ratio that is written in column form, you will see the symbol colon, which separates the two terms. It is used to compare two quantities, and they are written in the form A is to B, where A and B are the quantities that are being compared. For example, the ratio 2:3 is in colon form since the colon symbol is used to compare the two quantities, which is the number 2 and the number 3. Next, ratio in fraction form. Aside from the ratio that is written in a column form, you can also write a ratio in a fraction form. Just like how you write a fraction, so that is also the way we write a ratio in a fraction form. It uses the form A over, which is our fraction bar, over B, where A and B here are the quantities, or are the two quantities that are being compared together. So for example, the ratio 3/5 is in fraction form since a fraction is used to compare the two quantities. So this is also called a ratio. Ratio in a simplest form. A ratio whose terms has a GCF, or a greatest common factor, of 1. It means that the two given terms are already in their simplest form, or they are already in the lowest term. For example, the ratio 2:5 is in the simplest form already, since the GCF of 2 and 5 is already 1. We cannot think of any numbers anymore that we can use to divide the number 2 and the number 5, since both are already prime numbers. Also, the ratio 1/4 is in the simplest form, since 1 and 4 has only a GCF, which is 1. Let us have this problem. Sheena has 11 notebooks and 8 books. What is the ratio of her notebooks to her books? So we are looking for the ratio. The solution here is that you have to write the ratio in a colon form or in a fraction form. Take note that the order of the terms is important. Let's go back to the problem. It says in the question, what is the ratio of her notebooks to her books? The word notebooks was mentioned first before the word books in the given problem. So if we will write the ratio of this item, we have to write the number of her notebooks as the first term and the number of her books as the second term. Therefore, the ratio of her notebooks to her books is 11:8 in colon form, or in fraction form, that is 11/8. we cannot write 8 is to 11 or 8 over 11. This 2 will be incorrect because we have to remember that the order of the terms is important. It will be based on the given problem on what quantity or terms was mentioned first in a given problem. Let us have this next one. It says here, Angel's piggy bank contains 25 pieces of 10 peso coin and 40 pieces of 5 peso coin. What is the ratio of the number of 5 peso coins to the number of 10 peso coins? Take note, the order of the terms is important. In the question, it was mentioned first the number of 5 peso coins followed by the 10 peso coins. So what is the ratio of these two? So it will be written as 40 is to 25, or in fraction form 40 over 25. Take note, the order matters in writing a ratio. We cannot write 25 is to 40 or 25 over 40 because in the question, the first term that was mentioned is the word 5 peso coins. We have 40 pieces of 5 peso coins, therefore it will be the first term in our ratio, followed by the number of 10 peso coins, which is 25 pieces. Now, as you can see, 40 is to 25 and 40 over 25 is not yet in the lowest term. We have to divide the terms of the ratio by their GCF, or the greatest common factor. So the GCF of 40 and 25 is 5. 40 divided by 5 is 8. 25 divided by 5 is 5. Therefore, the ratio of the number of 5 peso coins to the number of 10 peso coins is 8 is to 5, or 8 over 5. For the last one, let's have the last problem. On a shelf, there are 75 fiction books, 60 non-fiction books, and 125 textbooks. What is the ratio of the non-fiction books to the total number of books in the shelf? So we are comparing two terms. First is the number of the non-fiction books. The second term is the total number of books that are in the shelf. So first, of course, we have to solve first the total number of books. To do that, we simply add the number of books in the shelf. So that is 75 plus 60 plus 125. The total is 260. After that, we can now write the ratio. So the first term that was mentioned in the problem is the number of the non-fiction books, which is 60, followed by the total number of books, which is 260. Therefore, the ratio is 60 is to 260 in column form, while in fraction form, it will become 60 all over 260. Since we can still divide this ratio using the GCF 20, the final answer is 60 divided by 20 is 3, 260 divided by 20 is 13. The final ratio is 3 is to 13, or 3 over 13.